So today we're going to stay on front of the portal, because this is not the day to do a protocol to enter the site. The guardian of the site is just on this, in this place somewhere, so he just will overshadow, if you want, with spiritual energies what we're doing. But today we're not talking about the woody story and the reality of the Cathars. I have to finish the story of those timelines. So, we are back to the subject, important matter of the timelines. I will do more on this because it's too much important. This is a major point, major point. I would have to say again that I'm not the only one. Few are saying the same, like Alfred Weber. Please visit him. Everything he does on the exopolitic site. You have two sites, one with Michael Cmdr and the other one Alfred Weber. So Alfred Weber is saying the same thing as I do, which is chemtrails have been an attempt to stop and block the ascension of this planet. Why? Because of chemtrails, people could be manipulated and the thought form control, and the collective consciousness in turn will create the reality that the forces of darkness want, which is a fake timeline. Alright, I talk about the disc from the Space Brothers and the fact that we all have volunteers from the fleet. But let's talk about on the planet of the other side, because I've done it in some place, some other videos, but it has to be done now, because starting a new age with fake light, fake spiritual foundation stones that I've mentioned, Theosophy, Blavatsky and Bailey, the new age, etc., etc., meditation on the 7 rays and 7 chakras, all that stuff, which is incomplete. It was incomplete on purpose, you know, for the people not to attend a state of ascension, because normally you have 12 of all these things, and more, and more, and more. So following that, the controllers thought they would be in need of infiltrating the new age. So I have to give just very few examples, but I had so many, there are so many. I will start chronologically with the year 1986, when I was in Albuquerque. Again, a story of Mr. Big Brother number 45. I was there in Albuquerque, and I used to go to on Central Avenue, not to name it, in the Center of Light. It was running very good, many people. We were printing a newsletter. At the time it was sent by post, you know, and we would work putting those together in line, you know, clack clack. It was great, working very great, that stuff. That place was good. It was the best Center of Light in Albuquerque. And one day the leader, a woman of that group, told us, well, there's something big coming. There's a huge conference which is going to take place in the biggest room of the town, whatever, that has been rented for the purpose, and there will be 200 people or more in there. So we all have to go there. So we went. because the leader of the Center of Light said we should listen, so we went there. And there was a woman on the stage, very, very peculiar kind of speech and teachings, telling us that from this moment on, we should forget everything that we knew and have the mind totally empty. Wow. A different kind of bell, isn't it? Yeah. And at some point in the conference she said, and I want to point out very strongly today, that the most important person in the new age is Mr. Ford. Wow. You know, like people used to say, the key person in the non-violence movement is Mahatma Gandhi, right? So that woman was telling us the key person in the New Age was Mr. Ford. Alright? I say, I want to investigate on this. So I went to see that lady, and I say, well, I am from the French press corps. We have an interview, went to a cafe outside, nice place. She made a few phone calls with the old cell phone, you know. And then we talked. And she asked me what I was doing. I say, well, I am a messenger for the Space Brothers, and I do lectures and I go on TV in big conventions in many countries. But it's difficult, you know, because you have to support yourself and do all of it all by yourself. She said, oh, you shouldn't do that. No, that's not the way to do it. I say, well, tell me what the way to do it. She said, do like me. You go into the Ford Foundation and they will give you a training in there, all paid, how to speak in public and what to say to the people. And after you finish your training, you will be sent with other people. We were dozens or hundreds in there. You will be sent into all the New Age centers all over the country and other places to teach what you've learned here in the Ford Foundation. I say, oh. And she said, everything is paid, you know. So you will be paid $3,000 per month. Date was 1986. $3,000 per month. And all expenses paid, you know, because the tea that I order for the two of us here is paid by Mr. Ford, you know, and rent of the room, and my travel, and my meals, and my hotel, and my car. Everything is paid by Mr. Ford, you know. So the $3,000 of income each month is just for me, my pocket. I say, wow. And she said, if you want, I will introduce you to the foundation, Ford Foundation, to key people, and you will be taken into the program. I say what, as we used to say over there, okay, I'll think about it. All right, thank you. Exchange phone numbers, stuff like that. So that give you a slight idea of what happened in the New Age, starting in 1995, 96, all over the place with hundreds of people like this. You get it? Okay. Well, to finish the story, after that conference, we went back into the Center of Light. The lady was gone. Within 1 month, the Center of Light collapsed completely. Everything went wrong. When we were in the meditation room, it was a mess of interferences. It was absolutely awful. The number 2 man of that group, he was not doing that before, started right there. When we started the meditation, the leader said, okay, today we're going to do this and this. This guy was on his chair, started meditation, and he well goes lump like this, boom, like this, boom, kind of trance for sleep. And you will stay like this the whole meditation. When the leader say, well, that's, we are finished, the guy would come back like this. There was strange things down there. I talked to some people, and then we noticed that the leader of the center of flight has changed totally, completely. She was a woman of light, and suddenly she was like a robot, like doom doom, nothing in it, hollow, completely hollow. And then the center of light collapsed. Nothing happened after that. It was gone, destroyed. That's what these people do. You have other examples like that? Yeah, why not? Why not? Remember I said that the harmonic convergence was the high tide of a new age, which was still positive because of all of us in it. You know, people from the fleet of Ashtar and Sananda, because of us. So we were the harmonic convergence. August 15, 1987. Oh boy, I'm starting to put the date on reverse like you Americans. This is crazy. All right, I've been contaminated by you, you know. Yeah, all right. So after that, the 500 millions consciousness of humans on the planet, it collapsed, just like that light center, same way. Boof! Was only one good point after that. Was the opening of the doorway of the 1111. I was in Egypt, in charge of the German group, together with my colleague and friend Virgil Armstrong. And by the way, at that time, we told these people that the channeling boom was over. So said Ashtar. Over, finished. But we were not listened to much, right? So, the harmonic convergence was started by two people, a guy from Mexico, I guess, whatever, and a woman. Great woman teaching the 24 rays, many I am affirmation and all that stuff. Great, doing very good, very good. Even making big convention with hundreds and hundreds of people all over the USA. So one time after that, just a few years after that, she was doing a big convention in Washington, D.C. And during that convention, at some point, because she was mainly the one on the stage, so she said, I would like to give good news to all of you. Something happening at the same time as we do this convention for the ascension of planet Earth and the light. There is a convention of the 33rd degree Masons taking place right now, same as us, right here in Washington, D.C. And I want to give you the good news, she said. Good news is, from this moment on, all the 33rd degree Masons have come into the light. Clap, clap, woo, fabulous news and everything. And after that, something changed in the teaching, in many things of this person. I will not name her because of the good work she did before the harmonic conventions. So she started to say, now I'm going to give big seminars in big cities in the US, and I'm going to rent a whole big hotel like the Marriott or those big fancy expensive hotels, and she would rent the whole ballroom, you know. And I know because we're standing at Golden Eagle in the Stoneridge conferences, we had trouble sometimes with Brett in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We couldn't pay the ballroom the last day because it cost $3,400 for one day to rent it, to rent the space. So we couldn't do it, so we and the Indians were put the blankets on the ground and everybody, the speakers, we spend our money there. we lost our money putting on the blanket to pay the room. So that lady was then renting the ballroom, the whole hotel, and she was telling the people, you can come to the seminar and it's free of charge. So you don't have to pay. You just register, you come, be hundreds coming, no fee, you don't pay. And again, in each city in the USA.